Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Our solo knight adventure continues. Now, I want to make a quick correction from last video. I said it was 10 monks. It was actually 11 monks that our solo knight defeated. I can't count. So to help me learn how to do some basic math, we're going to take on some arithmeticians. So we need to actually go all the way to the magic city of Garland there. You can skip all the random encounters, but you have to come from this way, and then you go to Lanalian Plateau. This is where you can encounter the Arithmetician squad. Same rules as before. We're going in as a solo knight. We are only using gear and equipment that is from either the outfitters from the towns or that you would earn in the main story. So no side content like poaching or the Midlight's Deep. We're not using any gear from there. In addition to that, we did add on the other nerf of nothing. We're not using anything from the enemies that we're going up against. So last episode, it was the monk. And this episode, it's the arithmeticians. I'm probably going to start calling them the calculators because that was their original translation. And it's hard to, kind of break that old habit. But let's go ahead and get into the fight. And this may take a couple tries, so we're going to cut away right now and we'll be into the fight, and then you'll see what we're going up against. Hot diggity dog. Look across the field there, squad. What do we got? We have 5 wait, is that actually 5? 1, 2, 5. Yes, okay. Basic addition on this time. On point, 100%. There are definitely 5 of them. Let's check out the arithmeticians real quick. So you can see their setup there. They have those cloaks, so they're going to be building into their evasion stat. But don't sleep on their pole, their weapon, because that can actually do a lot of damage. And kind of like a spear, they can hit you from 2 tiles away. So that can be something to watch out for, especially if you build into something like First Strike or Counter. In addition to that, their reaction ability, Soulbind. I love Soulbind, especially on the knight. But that is going to be another way they can damage us that we're going to have to account for, because a reaction damage ability, it's not going to proc our reaction. So that's just going to be damage they're doing to us. Now when it comes to arithmeticians here, they can do instant cast high level spells that cost no MP and hit you at any range. That's what we need to account for when we're building out our knight. Now we have Damon here, and this is the setup that I think I'm going to go with. So we're going to be using, let's talk about the equipment first. So Excalibur, this is going to give us haste. Aegis here, this is going to help us avoid taking magical damage, because you can see above me here, 50% magical evasion. Really good. I went with the Crystal Helm and the Crystal Mail. We could go for something like the Mirror Mail to give us Reflect, but I think that would just make things a little too easy. And I don't want to do that. For our accessory, we're going with the Feather Weave Cloak. And that is for our own evasion, but also, you can see our reaction, we're taking Reflex here. Reflex will essentially double our evasion stats, which again, that's our shield and that's our cloak. The Reflex is really good for a knight, again, mostly because of that shield we're using. We're going to stay with Aim, because Aim is just a fantastic secondary to knights to guarantee, if the opportunity arises, that we can get a one-shot off. And arithmeticians, I might call them calculators accidentally, they're pretty slow. There's a good chance we're going to be able to one-shot a lot of them. And so to guarantee that we get that one shot, we're going to ignore their cloaks altogether, because we're taking concentration. Now, we swapped out our movement skill. We had teleport, but we're taking movement too, just for some more guaranteed movements. And positioning, not so important in this fight. And so I think movement +2 is good enough. Obviously +3 would be better, but we don't have that on our knight at the moment. So this is the setup I'm thinking. And let's go ahead and start the battle and see how it goes. Now, here's our plan for this group of nerds here. We're going to send them back to school. We're going to take their lunch money. We're going to take their girlfriends. And then we're going to give them all a bunch of wedgies. And that's how we do business here as a knight. Because 2 + 2 sometimes equals 5. Let's go ahead and get into get up in their faces here. Now with our knight, another good secondary job would be something like a Geomancer. One of you mentioned that in the comments below, and I kind of want to talk about that, because with knight here, again, movement's usually a little bit lacking, but Geomancies, they have great range with their spells. They're instant cast. Now, we're not worried about the damage as far as the magic damage that we'd be doing with Geomancer, but the status effects can be really strong, and again, synergize with Knight here pretty well. But with a small map like this, not really necessary. Maybe in another map we'll try it out. But let's go ahead and try to get as high of an aim as we can. It looks like it's just going to be aim +1, 176 damage, guaranteed 100%. That's what we like to see. Oof. So Arithmeticians, calculators, look how much healing they do.
There's life in me yet.
So while people love Arithmeticians and talk about how they're so OP, you really have to build into that magic stat with them, or else their numbers are just pitiful compared to the original spellcaster for those spells. So if our white mage
Only one thing for it.
did that same spell, it would be healing for like over 100 and something, probably over like 150, maybe 200. But theirs was like a fraction of that. And you'll see that's also how their damage spells work too. So if they hit us with something like Flare, it's not going to hurt as bad. So I think definitely Arithmeticians are a little bit overblown as far as how strong they are. I get why they're so strong, but I would just rather use the original classes instead. Ooh, they're doing a physical attack to us because I don't think they can get past our evasion, but only 16% chance. I'm not worried about them killing us. So us taking basically no way to heal ourselves, completely warranted for this fight here. So let's go ahead and take out the first one here. Guaranteed. One down. One down, 4 to go. Now I think there can be 5 to maybe 9 Arithmeticians, so we got kind of lucky as far as how many spawned. But these guys actually try to win like a war of attrition because they can all cast Raise. And I actually think if you do have an Arithmetician, oof, it's because we're charging it. We didn't consider that. Oof, that's a chunky bit of damage. That's why I said you got to watch out for those pole arms. They can hurt. So as long as we're not charging, we'll keep an eye out for that. I got into autoplay mode, and that's when the game likes to humble you.
You'll need this.
But they can continually try to raise each other. So if you're going to play an Arithmetician, it's almost better to set it in AI mode and like attack. And that's because when you play an Arithmetician, you have to go through all the parameters of how your spell's going to go off. And that can just be very annoying turn after turn, fiddling around, trial and error to see who you're targeting, who you're not targeting. I just find that, again, tedious and annoying. But I wouldn't want to do it. There's another one down. We get our turn again. Ooh, this one's just out of range, or else we'd run over there and hit them as well. Now, let's see. It doesn't matter if we actually strike them from the back or front. Because we have concentration, it's always going to have that 100% accuracy. Ooh! We do a lot of damage to this guy. I think, it's because our Zodiac synergy is so compatible.
Hanging on.
But we couldn't get a charge off for the one shot. They're going to try to hit us. He has 12% chance to hit us, even with 100% or 150% synergy. This is why, again, reflex and, ooh, they might give us regen here. Nice. Sometimes they can't even help themselves because so many of their allies fit the parameters that we happen to fit into it too. And they're like, okay, well, most of our guys are going to get it, but there's a chance that our knight here might get it as well. And he did. So there's a way we can heal ourselves. So we're going to chew through these guys. But this is what I said when they try to win the war of attrition here, because they can all do raise. Now, the percentage that they actually get the raise off is actually not that high. They got pretty lucky there. But they also have the second tier of raise, which will give you 100% health if they get it off. Let's go ahead. Let's use our brain here for a second here. Take out this one, and then we'll just go right over here. Take out the next one. So even though they picked those two back up, or picked that one back up, they're back down. And they're not even trying to hit us with their offensive magics. They're giving themselves reflect. I'm not sure why. Because I don't need reflect on myself. So this is what I'm talking about. They're going to keep doing that. And we just need to keep making sure that the weaker ones, we just one-shot them, and then we try to go to the next target and beat them up as well. 20% chance. That might hit. That one was only for 72. This is going to be a one-shot. This guy, we might also be able to one-shot. Let's go ahead. Actually, I want to see. Let's say Arts of War. Say we want to nuke their speed even more. 77% chance. That's pretty good, actually. We don't need to do that because they don't have enough health to warrant us trying to nuke their stats. But let's go ahead. How much of a charge we can get off here? We can get a 7, and then it's going to be our turn again. It's overkill. They're not close enough to hit us, but again, they're going to keep raising each other up. Now, this fight, definitely much easier than the monk fight. And so, I wouldn't be too concerned with which other jobs can solo this, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them can. I don't think I've ever run... Oh, boy, see? This is how they draw out that fight. But I wouldn't be too concerned about other jobs being able to solo this, because again, as long as you know what you're going into, I don't think they'd have much problems with it. Something like a ninja would absolutely wipe the floor with this one. Same thing with like a dragoon, samurai, black mage. Black mage would show them what's up. As long as they don't cast reflect. Okay, that would be bad. If they cast reflect and their entire party gets it, then it would be probably over for the black mage. That would be annoying. You'd have to build the black mage to maybe have some physical damage somehow, or something that's not reflectable, like summons. I think after this video we'll do our black mage build video, because I've been meaning to get that one out and kind of redo the build videos I did prior to Ivalice Chronicles and kind of give them again an update. And now that we've done Tactician mode, you know, we know what to kind of expect. Oh my gosh, they got 2 of them off. This is why we took Excalibur, by the way. Another reason, because getting a little dicey here, but every time they get back up, making sure that we're quick to our turn, so we can put them back down. And eventually they'll miss some of these. There we go. And that's when we get them. Just like a weak heal. They're healing us too. They're helping us more than they should. And I'm wondering why they're not casting anything like fire or thunder, what are their offensive spells? They're not using any of them against us. Ooh, what can we do here? Can we get the one shot? Close. So again, this fight much easier. Not as big as an accomplishment as our monk fight here. But again, this is a special encounter, and this encounter has absolutely wiped my party before, because if you kind of play passively in the back and you have a full party there, I feel like they're much more aggressive with their offensive spells, and for whatever reason, I don't even know why they're not attacking my knight. Because it's not like we have... It might be because we have Aegis there and then our cloak, and maybe they're just thinking, not worth it. Huh. Maybe I shouldn't have gone with this build. Either way, it's too late now. Are they going to give... Okay, they're going to give each other haste. But we should be able to whittle them down. We've taken, like, no damage. Oof! There's that full res we were talking about. And they're kind of spreading out. That makes things even more annoying. We're like almost playing like whack-a-mole with them. I think they're really upset about the cool joke I made against them. Oh my. Alright, you guys want to play this way? We can do this. I can do this all day. Beating up nerds. Live for it. Oh god. It's like we've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm not worried about getting killed. I'm just worried about them never dying. Let's see here. Who do we go for? We got to go back over here. Take you out. We're not even in range of the other one. Pass and shell. I might have to speed up this fight because I don't feel like I'm in any danger whatsoever. If this ends up needing to be a montage of me just going bap, it will. Go ahead and get behind this one. We're kind of back to where we were. Luckily, they are just miss. Crap. I just need, I wonder if we go for the one over there that keeps casting it. I don't think it matters which one it is. I think they all have the same raise. Or do they? Maybe I should just focus on the ones that are actually doing the raise. Oh, he uses a rise there. Fudge. Okay, he definitely needs to stay dead. And then so does this one. Nope, they all cast it. Okay. Learning something new about this fight. And they're all back up, by the way. Everybody's back. Alright, let's target 3. That's right in front of us. So this should be KO. And then we go again, but the next one up is 4. Turn 4 there. That's you. Take you out. Okay, and then they get 3 turns of... I just killed you. And so if you were doing all these moves as the arithmeticians yourself, you'd be going into the menus, you'd be trying to, again, line up all the parameters, and it'd be super annoying. But if you set them to AI mode, they do it like instantly. Sometimes they might get it wrong as far as like hitting your own teammates with like a flare. That would be bad. Yes, 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 okay. Let's see if we can end it here. Oh, we're not close enough. Fudge. Okay, that's fine. See if we can one-shot you. That's priority 1 here. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the one-shot on this guy just because we have literally 3 turns before he goes. But can we get a... Okay, we can't get a 7. So this damage we're doing to him actually doesn't really matter too much because we're gonna go again right afterwards. Ooh, what are you doing there? That's new. Blindness. Does blind affect our concentration? Well, I didn't... Again, you learn something new about this game all the time. Darkness actually doesn't... Like, concentration overrides darkness. Perfect. I think it's over for him. Yep. Let's see if we can get off a super big hit. Alright, it's not over, but it's... Be pretty close. Oh no. How many are you gonna get up here? I said their chances of getting off these raises are low, but I am sorely mistaken. There's 1 dead. We got 1 to actually crystallize or turn into a box. That's good. And he's going for the hit. Alright, now it's GG. Whew. Okay. Alright, y'all. That is the Arithmetician fight, the special encounter. Check it off the bucket list. There's actually a fair few more of these special encounters than I actually anticipated. I only remembered a few off the top of my head, but I actually got a list of them, so we're going to be going through all of them. Alright, yep, sorry for the cut, but I had to check the list there, and yeah, the samurai one and then the ninja one, I am not looking forward to those special random encounters, but we're going to have to tackle them. I think those obviously going to be a lot more difficult than the one we just did here because the Arithmeticians, not hard, but again, kind of be a little bit annoying. So looking forward to doing those challenges. That's we're going to have to puzzle over that a little bit, but we're going to spread those 2 apart because again, I think they're just going to be a lot more difficult and we don't want to do like a difficult one back to back, or maybe we do. I don't know. I'll have to think on it. But yeah, guys, that is the video. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. As always, I'm your Wayfaring Nomad, and I'll see you next time. Peace and take care.